is on. I don't even know if we're green here. So that was right. That was something with T-Mobile was having internet problems. So that means where are we? Where are we? What network are we on? Manage stream. There we go. I'm on another stream. Okay, so good morning, everybody. Welcome back. Of course, we are back. I'm sorry about that. I thought T-Mobile was going to be working fine today, but because of the inclement weather coming up, they couldn't do anything to fix that. So, yeah, it happens. The internet is sometimes, especially humid weather, can go awry pretty quick. So, where are we? Well, first of all, right now, I do see one person on. Good morning, whoever you may be. It's now going to resend the link out immediately to everybody because it's obviously a different link. Duh. Right. So, as I was saying on the other video, is we have some unstable weather coming. And the reason is because there's a cold front behind this hot mass of warm, humid air that is over us. And so what that means is that the temperatures are going to drop, which is good. But the upper atmosphere is going to become extremely unstable with hail, severe lightning, and winds up to 60 miles an hour. So keep that in mind, guys. It is not going to be a nice day to be outside. Please make sure to keep that in mind. I don't want to see anyone get hurt or anything, but this weather coming is the result of all the warm air mass that is basically just overhead, and it's gonna really kind of make your day a little bit unpleasant. Yeah, I definitely would say, okay, that's everyone. You don't have to scream it at my lungs. Tomorrow will be cooler at 27 degrees Celsius, but it's not going to stay that way. Ugh. What? Opt in for the chance to get a MicheleMarieDalene membership. Oh, gift membership. Oh, okay. That's a new thing that YouTube is doing now. You can buy gift memberships for somebody else. Oh, nice. You know, it could be useful, I guess. So how you doing? How about the heat that you're feeling right now? You ever think about this is looking at the long-term trends? I don't know when this heat's going to come down in temperature, but I definitely, from tarot reading, came up with yesterday that probably won't be until Mabon. We don't have on the morning show, we don't really have much of a topic, usually. And sometimes we do. Also, straw poll shows it looks like Trump is very favored over the other candidates right now. A 54% that came out on the 20th. He's even got more popularity right now than even Ron DeSantis. And there's nothing wrong with Ron DeSantis. It's just that it's interesting to note that Donald Trump has got such a supporter. How you doing, Scottish Dave? All I know is this, that it's been, like, it's been so hot that my refrigerator has shut down, like, partially shut down, like, twice because there has not been enough voltage to start the compressor. Because we've been having brownouts over here. I don't think Trump will run away. I think Trump has pretty much said he is making up his decision right now. He's got the upper energy. He's got the energy straw poll behind him. So, in the Republican primaries, he's the top contender. If the election was run today, they say he would win. DeSantis should probably get the nomination to avoid all the insanity, but on the other hand, the meltdown's going to be pretty epic. Really, I think a combined Trump-DeSantis ticket would be a good way to go. He's only got, right away, DeSantis has only got 23% of the vote. Might be because not too many people know Ron DeSantis. So I would say it would be nice to see the two run together as running mates. How are we doing, Oral? Yeah, I have heard from Ed. He's in the bedroom. Thank you. So, I was going to do the tarot readings last night at 10 o'clock. I really did. I actually set up, I started filming them, and then there was two things that happened that, were happening that were kind of sandbagging results. First, it was so humid that I couldn't concentrate on my tarot. I was sitting there, my tops were sticking to me, my cards were sticking to my fingers, and I was like, this isn't gonna go good. And then and then on top of that big giant, I think it was a cockroach, yeah, it was like a cockroach. But we're talking big one, those big guys, 1 inchers, comes crawling up on my finger and likes to stick in my finger like a ring. I'm like trying to get this thing off my finger. Finally, I pulled him off because I think it was a male roach. I said, I haven't seen one of you in a long time. I'm going to do what I did to the last one. I flung him over the porch. I said, well, this just became an adult topic. Well, I guess I can scrap this tarot card reading. No, really, I honestly, poor Aquarius. I don't think you ever had a mod, did you? I know a lot of mods were removed because we were trying to find out who was erasing my some of my messages. I was getting text messages and comments, and someone was erasing them. In addition, we all kind of came to the same conclusion that you have too many mods for the number of viewers. Exactly. In fact, we gotta get rid of a few more mods anyway, because there's just too many people. For what this channel brings in, it's not practical. You know, to have 15,000 mods in here. I think Trump will take it if he decides to run. Now, I think he will, but so then as I was, like I said, after I looked, I had a brainstorm. It was like, it's too bad I didn't think about it last night when I had this giant cockroach hanging on my fingertip. is to actually video the cockroach. Because it's a South American variety, and it is a very large one. It's one of the larger ones. You might see them in Florida. They're big. That guy just didn't want to let go of my finger no matter what I did. I basically had no choice but to grab him by the carapace and pull him off and say, look, get out of here. I don't need you here. I have no idea. No, it was not a hissing cockroach. It was definitely an American cockroach, but American cockroaches by nature came from South America. The really big ones are pretty rare to see in my area, but you see the little ones a lot. But the really big gargantuan mothers, you don't see much. I remember one time I got one of those cockroaches, right? And I flung it, and it ended up going into the kitchen of a Latino next door. Did you hear that woman scream or what? She... Cucaracha grande! Like, ah! He's just like yelling in Spanish, you know? Like, sorry. I honestly, Steve, COVID is, it's kind of blowed out of proportion at this point. If Joe Biden can survive it, so can you. Yeah. Yeah, that sounds about right. So the January 6th witch hunt has not found anything to convict Trump on at all. He didn't do anything wrong. Yeah. It was just an example of how, frustrating things are right now. I had all the symptoms. I sounded like the flu. It's another worthless witch hunt. It did produce nothing. They couldn't find anything at all. They spent all that money and time, and they got nothing to show for it. See, the reason why the Democrats are doing this is like Rosa Wayburn said. They don't want Trump to run. Because the minute he runs and he gets in, he's gonna undo all Joe Biden's messes. Maybe not all at once, but you know how they are. He's gonna repeal all of Joe Biden executive orders. He's gonna reinstate all his executive orders. And then he's gonna go ahead, and especially since there's gonna be a red wave anyway in the midterms this year, and a red wave next in 2 years. So there's a good chance that Donald Trump is going to have control of the White House. The Republicans will have control of the Senate. The Republicans will have control of the of the uh, yeah, Congress or House of Representatives. So yeah, if that's the case, then all the BS that the Democrats are trying to push will just be for a waste of time. And you know what? There's something that you may not have realized. For those of you who wonder why the Democrats are not issuing stimulus checks, because they don't care about you. Okay, they're gonna send all your money to Ukraine, but they won't send it to you. Donald Trump made sure, and yes, the third one was actually his stimulus check. When you think about it, it was already in the works. He made sure he issued 3 stimulus checks. And that did help the economy. It was through him also that we had the child tax credits, which immediately the Democrats decided not to even renew. Well, real news is America is boiling in their own juices right now because it's super humid and super hot. Farmers have seen their crops wither and die in the fields because there's not enough water. Joe Biden has basically is not doing anything to get any kind of emergency assistance out to people that need it the most. Who knows? But they're definitely giving out more handouts to Ukraine, but they're not giving it out to us. Well, the American people need to help Ukraine get all our money and all our military equipment. Another 270 billion, not million, billion to Ukraine. I don't understand. I do not understand why we can give away free money to Ukraine, but we can't give away money to Americans that need help. It just doesn't make any sense to me. What is the rest of Europe doing for Ukraine? Anything? I know that some of the countries have taken in some of the people that had to flee. What are other European Union countries doing to make sure that Ukraine has access to resources? The Great Reset is not going to work in their favor. I don't know about that. In a way, Mexico is already invading the United States. Thanks to Pueblo Sin Fronteras and other organizations organizing these caravans, Mexico has been allowing invasion of the United States. Oh, absolutely. I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree with that. Arms dealers make a lot of money on war. They play both sides of the coin. How you doing? Oh, let's get this up today. without a doubt. So the point I'm trying to say is, guys, is that it's frustrating that this president is so out of touch with the American people. Like, you guys, think about it. If this guy had half a brain left, especially since the midterms are coming up, you would think he would have been telling Congress, get off your butts and let's get a stimulus check out now, and not just a little tiny check either. If Biden, I don't think so, because, all right, let me explain it. Okay, I didn't want to get into that, but I'll just say it this way. I don't know. I don't think it's likely I'm going to get the surgery anyway. Check or no check. Because the fact of the matter is that the more I read about it, the more I see that it's going to be an inpatient procedure. There's going to be lots of ouchies and pain and bruising and not exactly what I call a comfortable thought. I don't have the estimates yet. I'll get the estimates on September 9th. Because I still want to go get the estimates, just so I have the numbers in my pocket, you know. What would you get done first? Your eyes, your pelvis? Pelvis? There's nothing wrong with the pelvis. Oh, you do got a hairline crack in the one leg there at the hip. Oh, yeah, on our left hip. But that's an old crack. You know, still. I don't know. I really don't know. The areas that was up for question was my knee. And getting the flap removed from my stomach, and then have the skin and flap used to make the ears. I don't. Honestly, I don't think that's gonna happen. I don't. First of all, same as reason with the knee. Long recovery time. Lots of doctor visit. Yeah, it's a zit. Yeah, I get a zits. I still get zits. And this humidity is really, really making it worse. It's a zit. It's a dried out zit. But I mean, the point I'm trying to say is that it's not easy. So if you're gonna do the knee recovery, even if you're lucky, even if they're able to do a relatively simple procedure of rejoining the two parts of the kneecap together with wire or whatever they're gonna use, what about the right knee? Because the right knee is potentially the opportunity to fracture in the same place. Instead in the same place in the right knee. Which means that well, I don't know who that is. But I mean, the point of the matter is, it's the problem is that the process is going to take a long time and painful. I don't know anything about Mama June. Isn't that the mother of Honey Boo Boo? I think that's the mother of Honey Boo Boo, isn't it? Not really extra. I'm not extra sensitive today. I'm extra hot. Thank you very much because of the heat and the humidity. Even here now, the humidity is oppressive. I've got the fan going at medium speed to deal with the heat. Right. I was thinking about me and Andrew had a private conversation after the Saturday night show. And I'm wondering if maybe him could collaborate on a video somehow. I haven't talked to him about it yet. Maybe covering current events in both Scotland and the U.S. No, it was not. It was just general chatter how everybody's doing and his comments about how he felt the live stream on Saturday was a little bit too many people on the panel and it was really getting confusing for everybody, and he was right about that. There was a little bit too many people on the panel. It was just everybody was kind of talking over each other. They survived it, but still, he's right. It was a lot of people on that panel. So, I was just looking at the news this morning. I didn't get a chance to look at the videos videos yesterday because it was so hot. Mm. That's something to Grista. Live now. So, I mean, what are you gonna do? It's just been so hot. Let's see, YouTube. Let's see, let's get the weather forecast right now. Right now it's 27 degrees with a drizzle. Humidity is right now is 79%. Expected high today will be 29 degrees. Tomorrow, Tuesday, is expected to be 27. And then after that, we're right back into the 20s, upper 20s. Up until next Monday when we hit 30, Tuesday 31, and Wednesday 31 again. Not really nice weather at all. Just hot, sticky, and humid. I'm not interested. You see, for me, what I'm looking for in a relationship at my age, that's a key word because I'm not a kid anymore. Okay, is companionship, and with a person that's compatible. And when it makes me feel good, when that makes me feel like, I'm part of a team. Not interested. So, yeah, definitely say is that keeping cool is a nice thing. Finding the right person to share your life with is even better. And if you can find a person that is compatible with your life, no matter where the person is, if you and that person seem to have chemistry, you should jump at it. I didn't get a ton of sleep last night, unfortunately enough, between the heat and laying next to a giant space heater named Ed, because he was trying to sleep in my bedroom because it was hot. In the room I'm in now, this room was even worse last night. My refrigerator's trying to cool it, and unfortunately, it's finding itself struggling with the excessive heat. It's not a super insulated refrigerator. Maybe if I buy some more of those water heater insulation blankets, I could wrap it around the refrigerator, wrap it around the door, some fiberglass insulation for water heaters. Um, I'm sorry, I'm not interested. I already got my eyes on one guy already. I'm aiming for the one thing I want, the one person I want. At least to date, anyway. I don't know if his long-term applications will be for me and Andrew, but damn, we'll try. It's just so hot. Humid, sticky. Oh, reminds me, I should send this link to Krista. I don't know if she has this one. Michelle, she should. You just posted it up on the other channel. Oh, well. Yeah, I can always send it out again. Share. And send out one to Craig. Because Craig doesn't have. I'll send out up to One other person. Okay, make that 2 people. Oh. It says to me, he says, problem with this hot weather is making me tired and lazy and not doing anything. I said, yeah, I know. I said, but unfortunately, I gotta do shit anyway. Doesn't matter what. Johnny says, have you thought about meeting Andrew in France? He actually kind of already remembers some of it already from talking to him in private. He actually started to think about it, and he seemed to remember that time already, at least vaguely. So, right now, France is even hotter than Scotland is. So I mean, I don't know. Meet up first in the United States. On his way to go see his friends in other states, come down and visit me. And then, is it call in day? What does that mean? No, it's not. It's a morning show. It's not phone calls in the morning show. I didn't even put the panel up yet. I gotta put the panel up. I didn't even do that one yet. Let me get the panel up here. Let's see. Okay. I knew that. Yeah, so it's pretty much a hot, sticky day. I'm curious to see what's going on with ISO New England. So let's see if I can get that data up here. Okay. ISO New England. Wow. Can I see the report from yesterday for a second? Wow. Oh my goodness, no wonder our refrigerator was struggling. Okay. Forecast. Wow. Condition yellow. That's good. At least it's not. At least it's not like condition red. But damn. Just how you doing? I'm sweaty, if that's what you mean. Hey, Zero Cool. I suppose you're not cool. Yeah, it's just, okay, let me see the graph I was looking at. Let's get to that graph. We'll see the graph I was looking at. Now, I'm not going to say I know anything about these graphs to give you a straight on what they mean, but I'll just show you this real quick here. Select that graph, select this button here. Okay, hit OK. Switch over to this map here. Yeah, I know, it looks like a bunch of gobbledygook, don't it? Well, I'll show you the graph that's probably going to be more of interesting to you. This graph right here, right now we're still in the morning. Right now, our generating capacity is to 21,405 megawatts. Forecast is 22. So it looks to me there's definitely need to make some more electricity here. New England is normal. Okay, that's good. 72% of our electricity right now is being generated by natural gas. 18% nuclear. 7% renewables. 3% hydro. 1% other. Less than 1% oil. And less than 1% coal. Okay? So what it means is, well, let's pull up the graph from yesterday. I'll give you an idea of just how nasty it was. This here shows 3 graph markers. Actual, this is the red line. Forecast. And the actual usage. I just don't see another, like, easy utility usage. It's just a lot of power going out to systems. Yeah. What's happening? Not much. I'm just showing you guys independent service operators. So England, energy graphs. How much was used, how much was actually generated. And a couple times I see we have pretty close exceeded some of the energy output. So the question is, are we going to exceed the ratio today? I don't know. But my refrigerator sure to hell did not like yesterday. The motor still contactor kept going off because it kept seeing there wasn't not enough electricity to get the compressor started. Fortunately, it's self-resetting, but still, that's a lot of energy that was being sucked out by people using air conditioners, possibly in the building, possibly outside the building. Just a lot of people using air conditioning. And it was taking a lot of power out of the utility grid. So energy was being more demand for air conditioning, obviously, than our building's electrics could supply. I hate to see what would happen if we blew a 600 amp service fuse. Which is a possibility, How are you guys doing where you were? I know, Dave, you're in Scotland. I know it's been hot and miserable for you. How about the rest of you guys? How are you faring otherwise? You keeping cool? You got a backup plan in case the power goes out? What's your plans? I wish I knew what my plans were, because I'd be very happy when temperatures get back in the lower 20s instead of this higher 20s yet. Sticky, it's hot. It's it's just not a nice day right now. Just don't understand, this weather has been brutal. Makes you think, right? It's summer. Yeah, I know. But so much of our infrastructure depends on utility power. And the Democrats have shut down so many fossil fuel power plants that there's a shortage of generating capacity. So how are you supposed to keep, the lights on when demand outstrips the supply? Same thing with the water supply, especially in the Midwest. Makes you think. How are you supposed to, I can't imagine the summer stink. Oh, actually, it's not even smelling bad. Trust me, he's been sponging himself off. He's been doing his best to keep cool. Um, I took a bath yesterday and I still got sweat on me. That's why I hate summer so much. I hate the heat. I hate the bugs. I hate the humidity. I don't mind fall and I don't mind early spring. It doesn't bother me. Late fall, early spring is fine. But summer, yeah, thank you. Because I'm heat intolerant. I can't handle this. Ugh. It's 11 o'clock already. I know it's in the pill. Why is that? And I love the panel. I like having a few people on the panel all the time, but when I see a few, I don't mean like 15,000 while I'm talking at once. 2 or 3 people is nice. So when's the next night show? Well, that's the question. Well, let's see. Well, we know we have what's for Saturday planned. Maybe Friday. Maybe Friday and Saturday. Don't hold me to it. I mean, it could change at a moment's notice, okay? So we'll have to see what happens. Now, did I buy anything with my stimulus check? I mean, I'm assuming my YouTube payments yet. No, I didn't actually. Except some groceries. That's about it though. I bought some things for the house and yeah, by the way, for you farmers in the Midwest wondering where your rain is, it's in the sky. You just gotta get more of the Canadian air down here to drop the dew point, and then maybe you can finally get the rain you need. Because that's what it's gonna take. You gotta drop the dew point, and when you do that, the rain will precipitate out of the clouds. But you know what, though? The biggest problem is it says it's drizzle. Don't look like drizzle for me. So let's take a quick look here at the newscast to see what's going on here. Taiwan holds air raid drills as China doubles down, threatens U.S. over Nancy Pelosi visit. Rubio escalating budget feud, saying he works for Marxist misfits. New York liberal lawmaker ridicules absent AOC following Supreme Court U.S. stunt. Medical students snub initiation ceremony over speaker's pro-life stance. Breaching whale jumps out of ocean, lands on fishing boat. Oh, wow, that must have really taken out some serious water. Wow. Oh my God. Missing mom found dead nearly 3 weeks after disappearance. Loved ones confirmed. Musk responds to report of alleged affair with wife of Google co-founder. Senator Joe Manchin tests positive for COVID. History is repeating itself. Energy Group unveils six-figure ad buying ripping Biden for similarities to Carter. Whitman vetoes $20 million in pro-life adoption funding. Rips crisis pregnancy centers as Yale Health Clinics. What? Rips crisis pregnancy centers as fake health clinics. Okay, fake health clinics. Power drunk father attorney blasts school district that banned him from meeting. Kay Moss explains why she testified during Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial. How Hunter used Joe Biden's political position to make millions. Wow. Bullshit, and more bullshit. It's not even my season. I can't do anything right now. But I did talk to Mother God about it. And I explained to her the concern about how this weather is affecting a lot of people. And I asked her to ask the people involved with the summer events globally to kind of cool it down a little bit. Because it's really taking its toll on people's health. But you know, it's yeah. I didn't get a lot of sleep last night. Really did. It's really hot here. Even though the air conditioner was going full blast, it was still sticky as hell in there. The moisture in the air conditioner bucket was quite a bit. So, not much you can do about that. And he's sleeping next to that guy, too. And he's still hot as a space heater. I did get some reprieve in the tub, and it had cooler water in there than I usually use. But can't wait till when the heat breaks, because finally then we'll be able to start getting our lives back together, and doing more fun things. Ugh. Well, I know it's a slow morning. Not a lot to say, not a lot to see. Hoping that somebody like Andrew will come on today. Of course, I don't know if Andrew is free right now. He might be at work. So, I looked up a statistic, or trying to find the statistic is. I'm gonna try it on my phone here. Oh, Grace says, Michelle, when my dad was in the army in India, what they used to do is take a sheep and soak it and wring it out, and they would cover themselves with it, and the evaporation would make them cold. Yeah, that's fine. But, maybe that's why the people in Saudi Arabia still do that today with their foreheads. She says, well, I'm waiting to go into my doctor's. Okay. How about, if you would, like. So Krista's going to see her doctor today for her arthritis. Wish her luck. Craig Senior said, Michelle, I meant sheet. Yeah, well, my AC doesn't have numbers to set it to like 69. Most window air conditioners don't. We don't have central air here, so we don't have a mini split either. Although, I'll be honest, a mini split would be nice to install if we had access to that. Well, Craig would warm up because that's when the sun hits your house the most. I know my bedroom definitely gets hit by the sun in the afternoon, and I just kind of wish I could throw a second air conditioner on the job, but my electrics can't handle it. Okay. Well, where are you anyway? What state are you in? Hey, Craig, you want to come on panel for a bit? Because we make the day go by a little faster for the last hour. Because let's be honest, it's slow. It's not a lot going on right now. I don't even know why anybody even wants to be right. Someone says, you are in Arizona by chance now. Oh, that's hot. I've seen it go to as high as 120 in Phoenix. In some locations, I've seen thermometers on banks seeing 120 degrees Fahrenheit in Phoenix area in years past. So it's not like Phoenix is impossible. Same thing with Las Cruces in New Mexico. Both get really toasty. I don't really know how anybody can handle living in Phoenix, Arizona. Michelle, I'm making breakfast for Denise. Otherwise, I would certainly come on. I'm making bacon, and I have to make sure it doesn't catch on fire from the grease. Okay. All right, makes sense, right? You already got enough heat in your life, right? You don't need burning bacon grease. No! I don't know. I mean, honestly, guys, it's been this summer has been so hard and so many people. Yeah. So I'm gonna be honest and say that I'm going to see about trying to have a night show on Friday and Saturday this week coming up. Okay, Friday and Saturday. Both days should be cooler. Well, what I do is I turn my skillet down. Just remember, if you do get a fire, cover the pot with a lid or a piece of foil. Remove from heat. You can also use baking soda in there, but not water. Baking soda will turn into carbon dioxide gas when it hits the fire in the pan. And but covering the pan is the first step. Flour, no good. No bueno on flour because flour is combustible. baking soda is the best one because baking soda is non-combustible. But covering it with a lid or burying another pot that's fully seals the air out is probably the best way to do it. So baking soda or sodium bicarbonate is the best. You could even try baking powder also. Oh my God, the most important thing of all is remove from heat. So to deal with the kitchen fire, grease, oil fire especially, even if it's not grease oil fire, so still suggest anyway, remove item from heat, cover the combusting area or pot with another cover or another pot to smother the flames. If you don't have anything big enough, use baking soda to act as a dry fire extinguisher. Ideally, a dry fire extinguisher such as a CO2 or a dry chemical powder rated for A, B, and C fires is the best. Yes, I do. That's what I do. And I've been emptying it twice a day because it fills fairly quick. I mean, I could probably empty it once, but then it would be a little bit too heavy for me to lift, so it's just easy to empty the bucket of water twice a day. If we ever did put in the second air conditioner wire in the 220, we'd have to have another bucket. 24,000 BTU, baby. Yeah, my electric bill would be insane. Ed said he had a lead on an air conditioner the same size as I have now for $30. And I said to Ed, well, the problem is we still have to plug it into the stove outlet. He said, couldn't we take turns running the air conditioners? Not really, because it's not going to really do any good. Right, it is. That's why me and Ed have both been sleeping in the bedroom. He said to me, seriously, Michelle, what size air conditioner would you really need to cool the whole apartment? I said, well, given the fact that the building is not insulated, probably about 24,000 BTUs. That's a 240 volt air conditioner, guys. So, no cooking while that thing's running because it'll be plugged into the stove outlet. That thing would friggin' stick out the back of your window pretty far. You need to have some supporting brackets. Oh, yeah. Big time. Yeah, I would have to have some supporting brackets to support that. That's gonna take a couple strong, strapping young lads to carry that up 3 flights of stairs. 24,000 BTU. Shit, for that amount of work, why don't you just get a mini split? I mean, that's what I'm thinking. Is if I could get my landlord to get his head out of his cranial ass and say, "Hey, Jimmy, why don't we install some mini splits in here?" That way, you don't have to worry about air conditioners sticking out the side of the building. Oh. Only problem is, like one person said, the problem with mini splits is a lot of them are made overseas, really designed for overseas market, and then some of the parts are kind of hard to get. I don't know about that. I mean, a mini split can also provide heat in the wintertime. So which means that the landlord wouldn't have to run his boiler as much, because instead the tenants can get their heat from their mini splits. Craig said, Michelle, in the mini splits, that's what I have in my house, and it does the whole downstairs. It's 28,000 BTUs, and you get a $500 rebate for each one you install. Yeah. Yours is a 241 though. How many floors you got in your house anyway? I think you only have one, right? You only have one floor. It's like a ranch house. Certain sections where I live, well, still without power, so I went over to Fire Island's house. Oh, okay. Surprised you didn't start the generator up at the other house. Still would like to have a backup power source. 2 nights in a row, the air conditioner has struggled to start because of the heat and the dip in the voltage. Right. Well, like I said, I mean, 28,000 BTU air conditioner, 38,000. I think he said it's 28,000. So, yeah, okay. So, 28,000. So, 24,000 air conditioner mini split set up. Be friggin' heavy. But at least the mini split, at least it's not as bad because you mount the mini split, like, on the inside, you plumb in the 2 refrigerant lines and the drain line so the condensate can drain somewhere. That's going to be key because I don't think my landlord's going to want to have his condensate all over his porch. So that means you still would have to have a bucket. Rochelle is... Okay. Rochelle is not a place in New York also, I believe. Some people call me Shelly, by the way. In case you wanted to know that. Some people actually call me Shelly. Like the woman there on Jabberjaw? Yeah. The snooty one. Well, I'm not snooty, but... the one that didn't like being touched by Jabberjaw much. Sharp wit on her after that. Mini split's the best way to go. See a rating is like 23.5, which is double what any other window air conditioner. Well, yeah. When you really think about it, mini split is really not that much different than a standard central air, except it just doesn't need to be attached to your furnace or hot air system. So, because the equivalent of the hot airflow comes from the wall or from the evaporator on the wall, which does all the dirty work, right? And the condenser sits outside. Yeah. I have a friend that was us named Shelly I went to school with in high school. Her name was her last name was, she was no ancestry. Her last name was Sinland. She does the local news on Channel 61 News here in Connecticut. She's a news reporter. I went to school with her. The mini split is inverter type, so it brings power from 220 down to 12 volt. 12 volt? Really? You would think I'd bring it down from 220 down to like 120, or considering that the compressor is going to need a lot of current to start up. I know it's using a 3-phase compressor. Probably variable speed 3-phase compressor, probably connected in through a variable frequency inverter or variable frequency drive. I know I've seen them that can run at 120, but they're smaller though. Yeah. Well, that's good, but don't forget that means that probably more likely your solar panels, especially during the peak of the day, is actually providing most of the energy to offset the energy consumption of the air conditioner. So you keep that in mind. But if you were to turn the solar panels off, I wonder how much more your meter would rotate around. I have in Fire Island in the window, and that's an inverter type air conditioner by Frigidaire. Well, the one I got in the bedroom is a Frigidaire, but it's not an inverter style. It's a standard old-fashioned AC compressor air conditioner that's fairly new, like 10 years old. I guess it's fair. I've been okay. It's hot as heck. Hot. Just like Poindexter sayings. Hot. Humid. Oh my god. Today is going to be a little bit cooler than yesterday, but not by much. Then tomorrow's supposed to be 2 degrees colder. A lot of unstable air today because of the chance of severe thunderstorms. Be aware of that. Yeah, if I was eligible for LEHEAP. You see, I don't own the apartment. Right now, I think the question right now is about Mr. Refrigerator. Because I think this 40, 50-year-old refrigerator is kind of tired, and I think it needs to kind of go out to pasture. It still works, but it's struggling in the heat when it's so hot in the house. It doesn't really have much insulation on the inside, I don't think. Of course, I can always wrap it insulation like you do for a water heater and see if I can keep it cooler that way. It's an idea. Get one of those big 66 gallon water heater, wrapping blankets and wrap it around the refrigerator. Just put it on top of the door and on the sides and on the top, and yeah. If you go to Walmart or Home Depot, they'll run you a couple hundred for a household size refrigerator. Well, I don't know. Right now, our refrigerator we have is a hot point. Oh, it's a General Electric, that's right. But it's from the 70s. It still works. It's just... Oh, I already have an air conditioner. Right now, I need to get another air conditioner that can plug into the stove outlet for 220 because our 120 volt line, which provides all the lighting and everything in the apartment, is pretty much maxed out as far as I was going to go without blowing the fuse. Frost-free. Unfortunately, I don't know if the frost-free really works that well, but I'm always finding water inside the bottom of the refrigerator, so obviously it must be frost-freeing sometimes. As the General Electric calls it, no frost. No frost. That's what it says on the front, no frost. I don't know if it's just a standard frost free though. Yeah. I believe it. Yeah, well, unfortunately, if you get too much frost in the refrigerator coils, then it basically makes the refrigerator not work very good at all. It makes it into an ice box. And that can cause damage to the coils on the compressor. Well, the company might dispose the old fridge and give you a rebate for a new fridge. Yeah, would that be just one more piece of shit to lug if I move, right? Hey, landlord, you're not getting my refrigerator on my dead body. I bought that one. Yeah. Sawdust. They use sawdust to store the ice in ice houses. But not all Amish communities use ice. Some actually are using non-electric refrigerators like the estates or the Serval units running on propane or natural gas. No. But if I ever do move, like I said, that'd be one more piece of shit to lug around. My landlord is a senior citizen. What happens if he kicks the bucket? I might be forced out of here anyway, if that ever happens. So 24,000 BTU, 240 volt air conditioner plugged into the stove outlet would probably high SEER, probably about close to like a 20, 30 can make a big difference. Well, I'm younger than he is. For one thing, he's about Ed's age. Actually, he's older than that, but not by much. He's like, yeah, he's like 7 years older than that. He's 70 years old. He's not in the best of health now. I don't know how long him and his wife have. So then what happens when he passes on, because it's his wife's property, she might decide just to get out of the rental market completely. Put the building up for sale. Now, no, he's about 69, 70 years old. She's not much younger than that either. She's like 65, I think. No, it's 63. I'm 54. For real, yes. That's all right. Sorry, you don't get the little prize. That's okay. Yeah, my landlord's about 69 years old. He's his health is kind of in question. I think he it definitely needs to get a. His wife owns the building, so theoretically, she'll probably be figuring what to do if he kicks the bucket. Because I mean, she can't manage this place. This place is too much. She doesn't have much building instruction. I'm 54. I'm 54 years old, guys. Yeah, I realize I'm 54 because I don't quite look like 54. Ooh, it is sticky in here. My butt's sticking to the seat. I gotta agree with Esmond Gold said about leather chairs for gaming. Hot days, your butt sticks to them. Yeah. How old did you think I was? Just curious. Looking at me in the mirror. I know, this is not the best camera in the world. Let me take my headphones off since we don't need them on anyway. I mean, how old do you think I look? Because I know I don't look that old. I've had people say I thought I was in the 40s. I had one person even say you're in your late 30s. How you doing, Andrew S? Since no one else wants to come on panel, you want to come on panel real quick, Andrew? Getting bored over here. Let's get somebody on the panel. See if Andrew will join us shortly. Let's see if Andrew can join us shortly. You talk like you're 75. Oh, what do you think I look like, though? I mean, I'm an old soul. I've been through a lot. Right, it's what a lot of people have said. You look like you're in your 40s. But I'm an old soul, so this is my 34th life, so. I've seen it all, honey. I've seen it all. Just, And let me ask, this is her 33rd life. You don't really talk much about me, but yeah, I'm still listening and bored. Well, why don't you come on and talk more? Because I don't want people to think bad stuff. Yes, 34th life for Michelle, 33rd for mine. Ask Mother God. You know there's a variety of names. Mary is one of them. Sophia is another one. If you're not sure if you should go straight to Mother God, ask Jesus to pull up your information for you. He'll make whatever information he can available to you, and then you can count the times. You can count the information, look it up. Jesus has access to the Hall of Records too, so he can pull the information up for you also, for you Christians. So that's how you find out. Ask questions with boldness. Okay, I wish you luck. I mean, you shouldn't have a problem. They may not be able to go into every single detail in every one of your lives, because there may be some information that is very sensitive and need to know, and but usually they can tell you some information about some of your lives. For example, I have skills in my repertoire that go all the way back to the Middle Ages, which I know certain talents that I never studied anywhere, and then I review them on YouTube, and I found that I already knew it, like how they would wash laundry and stuff and cook in the Middle Ages, and because I lived in the Middle Ages, I had a life in the Middle Ages. Apparently, Scottish Stacy was right. Me and her were friends in the Middle Ages. I don't know why Scottish Stacy doesn't come here anymore, but she used to be on my channel a lot. So whatever happened to Scottish Stacy, I don't know. No, I was just a housewife. Most of my lives, I was mostly into domestic responsibilities, taking care of family and things like that. A few male lives I've led. I tried serving in the military and died horribly. Like when you're a Roman centurion. Well, at least I lived a few years. I never got into the bronze or copper or iron smithing or metalworking in general. But raising a family in Scotland. Oh yes, that's right. That's where I actually lived in the Middle Ages. Was in the United Kingdom in Scotland, and was one of the places I lived in was Scotland. Yeah. Have you ever thought of a tiny house just for yourself on a little piece of property? Yes, I know they are, Craig. Oh, the thing is don't you have to have them on wheels? Or is they finally giving easements now to have tiny houses? Because, well, without being on wheels. Because depending on, there is deals for land in Kansas. For those of you who are interested, there are some towns in Kansas that are offering you free land with the caveat, these are very small towns in Kansas, that you have agreed to live there for at least 2 to 5 years and build a house there. Let me think. I don't know. I don't remember. Let's get Andrew on here. How you doing?
Michelle, how you doing?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
Yeah, pretty good. Tired, but apart from that, I'm fine.
Is it cooler right now where you are?
A lot cooler, thankfully. You know,
Because
we've
it's
got rid of
still
the
very
40
warm here,
degrees.
but it's It is only supposed to be 29 degrees today, and then tomorrow's supposed to be 27.
Okay.
Because there's a cold front coming through, and it's going to become very unsettled air. A lot of thunderstorms coming this way as the cold air comes
Well,
down from Canada.
it's crazy, Michelle. I never thought I'd say this in my life. I never would have thought I'd pray for rain. And last night we actually had rain. Finally,
Yeah,
you know.
you finally got some
And it was
rain. That's
yeah,
good.
but it didn't last too long, unfortunately.
Oh, I wish it would just. I don't like thunderstorms, but I mean, we need the rain to wash the humidity out of the air. And then someone saying, yeah, but then it's worse after a thunderstorm.
Right.
Yeah, sometimes, but usually
Mhm.
it's a little bit cooler. Maybe it's still a
Oh
little
no,
humid, but
Michelle.
it's
Honestly, it just felt so good after like 40-degree heat. Well,
yeah.
not here specifically, but just in general, just the whole country was boiling.
What's the temperature right now where you are at?
Right now it's honestly you're gonna be shocked. It's 14 degrees, which is basically like 59 in the old money.
Oh,
It's crazy. It's really strange.
so it's about 60 degrees or about 20, it's about 15 degrees Celsius.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
Yeah.
and I
Okay.
love it. I love it, Michelle. I love it, Michelle. I'm like, yes.
Oh, that's quite a
Okay.
difference from 40. That's for sure.
Yeah, yeah. Oh God, that was a nightmare. I mean, I don't think. I mean, things were melting literally on the streets
My old
because we're not built for
refrigerator for the
this.
last few days has really been struggling to keep cold food because we've had so many power um, excessive rains that the port compressor couldn't start properly.
Sorry, Michelle. Just read
So the food was
some
just barely
Queen
getting
of YouTube
cold.
have said.
And then even when it was running, because it was so hot in the kitchen,
Hey, John.
it was like
Sorry, Michelle. No.
it was so poorly insulated that the thing is basically all the heat was going into the refrigerator through the walls of the refrigerator. And
Right.
the good news is, well,
I think
it's
what it is
finally
I think
temperatures are finally coming down in the refrigerator closer to normal.
yeah, but then there's August to come, and I'm worried about if
Yeah,
that's going to bring another. I think I think Paul mentioned it as well. September can be hot as well, which
yes, it can
it
be.
can be, but I don't think it's going to be too bad. I mean, surely we've been through enough punishment as it is, but I don't want this again. I don't want this again.
Oh, I do hope it cools down because I did a quick tarot reading on it, and
Hello,
it shows that it's
Juan.
gonna come down. It's gonna cool down probably by the right around the maybe right closer to the end of summer, right before spring. It's gonna start seeing temperatures a little more hospitable, and it's gonna be a little more decent. Then
It's
autumn's
bringing the
gonna come, and
snow.
temperatures
It's
will be closer to
bringing
normal.
bringing the snow right now because this is just too much. You know.
Yeah.
And it's meant to get hotter next week again. It's meant to be 28, 29, 30 degrees and stuff like that. It's like,
Yeah,
no,
yeah, we
no.
have the same comment. Yeah, I saw that. It's like, can we just take a break from the heat for a while? I actually put a message into Mother God, and I explained to her. I said, "Hey, look, I don't know what the summer sewer's up to, but seriously, can you tell them just to turn it down just a little bit?
Yeah, I
People
know.
are dying
I
out
know.
here. Not everybody in Connecticut has air
It's
conditioning.
crazy, you know. Well, we don't because we're not specifically built for it, which is strange. Considering Spain's just like a couple hours away. Well, in terms of distance, if you're taking a plane or something,
Yeah,
and it's and they're like 47, 48 degrees and stuff like that. You know, it's like, wow, okay.
Yeah.
I've never liked Spain. I've never liked Spain anyway.
All right,
Not
now in Arizona, it's about 40 degrees Celsius.
right.
But that's a
Well, that's what
desert
I'm
anyway.
saying.
Phoenix and Las Cruces, New Mexico are hot. But they've
Okay.
always been hot. That's why Las Cruces stands for the crucible. And Phoenix is related to the mystical bird, or basically rising from his burning ashes.
Now, Dab has an amazing point, an amazing question, I would say. He says, how would he go about applying to be the North American Summer Queen?
You gotta talk to Mother God. And if you don't know who to reach, you can even talk to my brother Jesus of Nazareth.
Yeah.
That's how. You just put a petition in, and
Says the postcard.
one of the requirements is that you need to have some knowledge of meteorology.
Right, okay.
Which makes sense when you think about it. You're gonna, it's just like when you're gonna go out there and be a doctor, right? You don't just walk into a hospital, put on the doctor's coat, and say, "I'm a doctor now." You need to.
Yeah, I think
You
doctors
need to have
would
some
be a bit
experience
like
with weather and understand how it
perplexed, you
works.
know.
Yeah,
I think doctors are a little bit confused.
that would be
They were like,
a really bad idea, right? Visualize it, right? Every time Dick and Harry goes into the ER, especially during the worst of the pandemic, I want to be a doctor. Here's your lab coat. Here's your stethoscope. Good luck.
oh god.
But make sure you have a patient sign this release first before you do anything. Oh, what does this say? We're not responsible for you if you kill them or not.
Yeah. I know what you're
I don't think most people would appreciate that. Oh, no, sorry,
saying.
Noodles.
Oh,
Get out of here, Noodles. You're not coming on the panel. You're not ruining this for me. You're not ruining this for
I
me.
have to worry about him. He's just a funny.
Now, what I'd like to do sometime is I'd like to do a show where you and I could just do kind of like like what we're doing right now, but like a kind of a collaborative show where we can cover
definitely do that,
like
Michelle.
news and both sides
That's
of the
not a
pond.
problem for me. I've done it before in the past. You know, I've been on this thing since 2012. You know.
Yeah.
So it's not really an issue for me. I can easily do it. I used to do podcasts and stuff like that, so
Right.
you don't have to worry.
I remember you used to do during your lunch breaks. But did you ever do it with anybody else on Google Meets, though?
But that's the work. yeah, yeah.
Better start working on your game.
Sorry, Michelle.
Oh, by the way, that brings up a valid point I want to point out as far as the tropical season coming up. Right now, they're not seeing anything in the tropics right now. But they think that there's a good chance that all of a sudden it's going to start up all at once. Like a pile of zits. in the
hurricane season like August and September or something like that? I don't know.
Right, and you're gonna see them pop up like zits. And just gonna.
I remember going to a boat in Lake Ontario, and it was scary because we were told suddenly, "Oh, there's a storm coming," and I was like, "Fuck's sake, we're stuck out in the middle of nowhere." My uncle John actually he got it right. So he knew exactly what to do, and we weren't affected. Thankfully.
Well, I don't know if it would be a comedy hour, but basically what it would be is kind of like we're doing a little bit right now. Basically, a time where we could talk about stuff, and because let's talk about, speaking of stuff, let's talk about what happened on Saturday night. And I know most of you were here Saturday night, But I want to let Andrew explain what he thought about what was going on with the panel.
I just felt it was a little bit too upsetting for yourself.
It was so
pretty
many people
much-
talking at once, it was almost impossible to even understand.
Well, yeah, there was talking over everybody, and everyone was doing that. You know, the people, and that's not their fault
That's not your
because
fault,
people
no.
like to talk. No, but it's not their fault either.
Actually, I
They
don't
like
think it
to
was
talk.
anybody's fault. I just think it was the issue. The fact is that the way the internet works, there was probably some delay and latency, so some people didn't know if anybody heard them or not already, and so
Well, maybe Michelle. I don't know. I mean, the only people that can know stuff like that is them. You know, and that's the only thing that I wish could be solved, but it probably wouldn't be. And
I think the
Paul was
phone
on
calls. I
there,
think the phone
and
calls were even more chaotic than the panel. Actually, when they were coming in, I was trying to handle listen to the panel, read the chat, and then the phone calls were coming in at the same time. And so I was hopping between three screens, and it was just a lot of things to keep a track of all at once.
well, I would say to that, Michelle, I would say do not overstress yourself. You've done well as it is, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You've done well.
Well, we are going to have a show on Friday if weather's permitting, as well as Saturday.
Why would weather change it, though?
Okay. Well, because it was so hot that, it's not supposed to be.
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens. Play it by ear. I think
when
that
Berg was on, though, yeah, Berg was a nightmare on Saturday.
Brooks is more annoying than anything. Yeah, I agree with the Brooks thing. I don't know why Brooks was doing that. I think the night show get a little mean spirited. It sometimes, yes, they do, unfortunately, and that's the reason why sometimes I don't really want to do the night shows, because sometimes they get a little bit too rough, a little bit too tumble, and then I'm sitting there feeling like the deer that gets smashed by the car because I can't stop staring at the damn headlights. You know.
Yeah, they do Queen of YouTube for sure.
Yeah.
I just thought when I heard that, I was just like thinking.
The night show was okay, but like I said, I think it was just a little bit too chaotic. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I need to get some people have to raise their hand and
the right
stuff.
word, actually. Chaotic is the right word. Because it was pretty much chaos. It was just like people talking over each other, the phone calls coming in, stuff like that. There
2 or 3 phone calls on top of each other. Yeah. Which I've never experienced that before. Where they have 2 or 3 phone calls coming on top of each other, and they're like, whoa, that's a little bit much.
Well, it was too much. It was too much that night. That's what I'm saying.
Right now, I'll tell you this much. I'm looking forward to, once we get into the cooler seasons, maybe in September, we can start trying to do some gameplay again, get some gaming.
Yeah, but is that going to change your outlook on YouTube?
Yeah. What's going on with my channel? Does it change my outlook on YouTube?
Absolutely, yeah.
Well, first of all, I think YouTube has made a couple boneheaded decisions on their part too. Like you and I were talking about in private. First of all, they should not allow non-verified people to start streaming.
But how do you verify it though? How do you verify these people? and people make troll accounts all the
I think that
time.
makes it too easy for the bad guys. If they're making it easy for non-verified streamer or for YouTuber to upload videos and watch and
Okay.
participate in streams, okay,
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
and they're not verifying that the address has not been used before, then
See,
it seems to me that YouTube is aiding and abetting the problems. Okay? Second of all,
yeah.
for the channels that have been verified, as I said, they have their bank information in place, which means monetize people through AdSense, whatever, they should receive the blue check mark. They should have the blue check mark. They should never have taken that away.
When
So
you
now
say
a
blue
troll
check
Michelle
mark, what does
Marie
that mean?
Dalene can
Does that
come on.
mean?
I'm talking about on another chat. Let's say I'm on a chat with Rosie O'Kelly's channel. And then a troll Michelle Marie Dalene comes
No,
on
we
Rosie
talked about
O'Kelly's
this
channel.
before.
How is Rosie O'Kelly
Yeah.
supposed to know which is the real Michelle and which is the fake Michelle? She wouldn't. Her mods
But
wouldn't know either because there's no verification
no,
badge. There's no check mark
no,
that says, oh,
no.
this is one that's been verified. We know this is the real person. And,
I know.
okay, sure, you can go to their channel and you can verify that that's the real person. But they should never have taken away the check marks. The check mark is
They
a
shouldn't.
quick one
Yeah, you're
eyeball
right.
look
They should have done that.
thing. You know,
But I think they were being overcautious. You know, if that makes sense.
I think it'd be better to be overcautious and be, you know, prudent in making sure that
Because they don't want to lose like revenue or anything like that. You know. However, they went to approach it the wrong way, in my opinion. So I'm just saying.
I mean, sure, it's okay if you're unverified. If you want to watch YouTube videos, that's fine. Watching videos is not likely to be a problem. It's just the ones that they're saying is unverified people can upload videos of up to 15 minutes. That's where the problem starts because now they can
Right,
start
okay.
doing a whole smear campaign against you or whatever. And if you don't catch them soon enough,
But at the end of
They-
the day, Michelle, they will know who you are. Like everyone else knows who you are,
yeah,
and most people know you're not a troll or anything like that.
right. But if a fake Michelle
No.
MarieDalene comes on the chat I'm on, I can't even verify if it's the real me or not because I don't have a check mark next to my name.
Yeah, but they can check. They can easily check if it's fake Michelle Delaney. Can
Right, they can go to the person's channel and look at the channel link.
right? Exactly. There you go.
And that's true, but even so, that's still
I know it's frustrating.
it's an
I
extra
know it's
step,
frustrating.
right? When you can see a blue check mark next to my name, Michelle MarieDalene, you see a blue check mark, so you know, oh, this person was verified by YouTube. And then when the other fake Michelle MarieDalene says, that's not the real me, I say, okay, well, where's your check mark? I don't have one. Because you're not verified. Of course you don't have
You
one.
shouldn't have to go through that. You shouldn't have to go through that in the first place, anyway.
Right,
This is
but like I said, the
blast
one
off
thing
then.
is that they're giving unverified people too much laissez-faire. They're giving them too much liberty.
Well,
They're
because
getting out there and
because
they're going to do all
because
this
it makes the
terrible
money.
stuff.
It makes the money, Michelle. That's why.
Well, they want to make money, yes, but do you really need to hurt the YouTubers
Absolutely
that actually
not.
are making the money for
Absolutely
you?
not.
And that's what I'm
I
saying
know
is
that.
YouTube.
You know that.
That's what I'm saying. YouTube taking away the checkmark verification was a stupid move, and they should never have done
Well, that's how stupid it is.
that. Yeah.
Hey, Craig. Hey,
Marissa
guess,
says it is choosy about his women. Why would he sleep with anybody? I think
suggest
Ed
you
is.
hide
I
that
think
one.
Ed is a little more particular
Okay,
of what he's
right.
looking for. I'll just say that much. That's all I'll say. Because I think Ed is a little more particular about who he's looking for.
He's probably getting to that stage when he's actually desperate for anything. No offense.
He's probably in that state of to 20,000 deaths of death. What does that mean?
No, it's just the way to keep it on your prompter. No, I was just saying. I don't think Ed is that bad, but he's not very nice either, is he? He's not very nice.
He's grumpy. He's a Taurus. He's grumpy.
Yeah, I've noticed.
You know, theoretically speaking, for Taurus, this is supposed to be his time of year because he's May, right? You know, August is Virgo, or September, August Virgo, September Virgo. But even I don't like the excessive heat, so I'm like, yeah, you know, I would rather be where it's colder. I don't mind fall, and I certainly don't mind winter.
Oh, Michelle, you would have hated it last Monday and Tuesday. It was just crazy. It was like, as I said earlier on, it's like 40 degrees.
Oh, yesterday it was up to 35. I was supposed to do my tarot readings at 10 o'clock at night, and it was so hot and sticky outside. The cards were sticking to me. My sweat was pouring off my face.
Will you try wearing a full suit and tie and have to work in that heat? It's not nice. I know. It's not nice.
Yeah, Ed is a Taurus. Taurus, the bull. Yep. It was born in May.
But you have to do it. You have to do it. You know? You don't complain about it, you know? I think people that complain about the heat, it's like they'll say, "Oh my God, I wish it was warm again." It's like by November.
Well, that's the reason why. That's one of the reasons why I like autumn. I mean, late autumn and early spring are nice because it's not super hot. It's not super cold. It's kind of like in between. It's kind of like the Goldilocks zone. You know, it's like.
Yeah.
Granted, I love winter, but I will admit iciness is hard to walk on. And for 2 years, I was terrified of walking on ice after my injury.
Like, your powers would have been helpful last week. They would have been super helpful.
Yeah, you know? But unfortunately, I only have my powers.
It was horrible.
I only have my powers for 3 months out of the year, so. So the rest of the year, the other 9 months, I'm just as victimized as you guys are.
No, I hear you.
Good morning, how you doing? Good Deeds channel. Good Dad's channel.
Hey, Good Dad. So, how you doing?
How you doing?
Yeah, Michelle, I'm up for doing like a double thing, you know, in terms of making a channel or something, you know, or making even just to help your channel, you know.
Yeah, I think it would be kind of interesting to do a collab between you and me. I think that would be interesting, especially like since I do want to get back into the gaming in September. Like maybe if we were to do like most like we're doing right now, like a discussion, but also maybe. We could play some gaming together, because
Yep. It depends what you play.
Because once it gets colder, everybody's going to start coming back in again, and they're going to want something to do.
Right.
You know, right now it's too hot to play in a game, seriously.
Yeah.
Even the Snow Queen is at the mercy of the summer. Yeah. Definitely season.
I'm trying to make her powers grow.
Yeah.
No, but I know what you're saying.
So you live by yourself or you live with your brother? I heard someone say you live with your brother.
My brother?
Oh. Yeah, someone said you live with your brother.
No.
Okay, so you have your own place.
No. Never. Yes.
Okay. Well, I don't know. It's not uncommon
My
now
brother's older than
for
me, and
a lot of people are.
he's done something for even longer than I have, to be honest.
Uh-huh.
He
Good
just be
Dad Channel
like,
says to make my movement by moonlight and creep in the shade to try to stay out of the sweltering blaze. Yeah. Maybe if you were the love of your life, your Snow Queen power would be more powerful.
I
Probably.
think John Heyman is awesome. No, I really do, Michelle. I've got to say this. I've been wanting to say this for a long time. But John, those messages. I mean, it doesn't bother me, but I still like him. You know, even though I'm not nice. You know, but
Can
and
you
Ty
look into
Kitty,
membership
she is
gifting?
beautiful.
I
She is
can.
beautiful.
I will
I've
check
watched some
into
of her
that on the
videos, and
monetization.
she's actually quite
But you
gorgeous.
know what? I want to say one thing, guys, with a straight face here, which is I
I'm
really
joking.
would rather have people become members of Patreon more than members of YouTube. Um,
Okay.
because I've already explained why over and over again. But I do know some like memberships on YouTube, so I'll look into it. Um, if there's only some way I can get Patreon and membership, so Patreon could, some Patreon members could watch the membership videos that I post on YouTube.
Yeah. See, Michelle, I think it's hard to expect people to get into something that they don't know nothing about. You really have to
Right.
see yourself, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, some of the people who've known me for a long time, even some of them, I can't even convince them to become members.
Right. But
Christine
what does
M says,
what?
"Do you get star with Patreon? Do I get a star with Patreon?"
Yeah, but what does membership give you? In all
Oh, you
honesty,
mean
what does it
like
really
the
give you?
membership icons you could hear? Honestly, no, I don't think so. Because that's only a YouTube membership thing. But it would be interesting to see if there was a way to interact them a bit better. But what I'm worried about, if they ever do manage to better interface them, is then all of a sudden everybody's going to want to say, okay, well, let's have AdSense take all your money and collect it for you. That's the problem. Is AdSense
Well,
is
I can't answer that. I can't argue against it either. But I'm just saying, like, what does membership give to the viewers? Really, what does it give to them?
well, what I was told it gives you is you can skip the advertising.
Okay, yeah,
That's what one of the things
that's
the
it.
membership gives. Plus, it also supports the channel too. It's kind of like a, mm, kind of like a donation. It's kind of United States. You know, we have something called PBS, right? And they have the pledge breaks.
Yeah, the public broadcasting. Yeah,
So
I remember.
basically,
I
right. So
remember.
basically, membership is kind of like a pledge. In other words, you agree to pay a monthly pledge to PBS, and in essence, you know, you're helping to finance the programs. It's kind of the same
Okay,
thing.
yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah, yeah, I
Appleseed
understand that.
says the star is a status symbol, and chat giving you like de facto first class status. Yeah, it is sort of. It also lets you talk a little longer when the stream ends.
I think that's a
But
thing
I
in
think most
itself.
people would really
I,
be more excited to know that they can skip the advertising. I think that's probably more exciting to more people than
right, okay. I think that we figured this out. The advertising thing is a pain in the butt. There's no question about it.
Right. Well, I don't
'Cause I
run. I
hate.
don't run. For example, I don't usually run mid rolls. People who run like tons of mid roll ads. I won't run mid rolls that much because it's annoying as hell. But
Yeah, definitely is.
well, why have ads at the beginning and the end? If you give me a membership, you don't have to see the ads at all. It's
Well,
likewise if
you know
you're
what
a
really
member of
bugs me is
YouTube
like when
Premium or
I
YouTube
see.
Red or whatever color it is this day.
Mm. No, what it is, Michelle, like when I see a channel like yourself being on air and adverts for things like
Right.
Hoover and things like that, it doesn't make sense, you know? It's like it should be conducive to your own channel, i.e. the North American Snow Queen, World of Warcraft, stuff like that. But it's just random adverts and commercials, whatever you want to call them. And it's frustrating.
Yeah, if you are a member and a mod, you're still blue. But if you're a member but not a mod, you're still like a green color. So that's
Well,
um
that was a big
so that does stand out versus those that are just visitors or just coming to the channel like Appleseed there.
After
Um
3 But yeah, what we're gonna do, guys, we're gonna change things a little bit, and then we're gonna have maybe a double talk, if that makes sense.
what do you mean by double talk? You mean like we're doing right now? We're just kind of
Yeah.
talking.
Well, what we were talking about before, so I thought it was a good idea. I thought, yeah,
Yeah, I
go
think it
for
would
it.
be a good idea because that would be interesting. Because because you and I have different schedules than the live shows. For example, me and I
Yeah.
always be able to make it. We could always videotape it and then send it up later on.
Oh, okay. I thought you mean it was gonna be a live thing.
Well, we could do a live one too. It doesn't matter, but
No.
again, we don't know what your schedule is, and so because you're 5 hours ahead of me. So
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like when I'm free at 10 o'clock in the morning, you might be at work. Because it's 5 o'clock in the
I usually
afternoon.
am, Michelle. I usually am.
Yeah,
I am tired.
and is it still yellow top notch? I'm not really sure because um, the store is based on how long a person has been on my channel. A certain number of months, they get more colors. I think this yellow star could be top notch, but don't forget, guys. I'd still love you to donate anyway. Andrew's getting his own show on MMD channel. It wouldn't be his own show. It would be a collaborative show.
I've never had a show in my life. I did try it once. In fact, in 2012, I think I mentioned this before, when the Summer Olympics were going on in London, me and a friend of mine, we made podcasts, and funnily enough, about World of
Yeah.
Warcraft, which I knew nothing about. I told you, I did say this. And I just would agree and disagree.
If I get that new promotion, I'm hoping for them. I will become a member of everyone's channel, and I will philanthropist on here. Well, that'd be nice to see more help.
Yeah, it's nice to
Um,
see somebody new.
but I also, like I said before, we're trying really hard to train and change this channel because of what has happened to me in the past, and trying to rebuild the channel in a more positive way. The morning
I would
shows
also
has always
say,
been very
I would,
successful.
sorry to interrupt. I would also say, Michelle, I think you need to sort of like throw all that off and just start from a different angle. Just change.
Yeah, that's what the Virgo the goddess
It's
said
easier said than
too.
done. It's easier said than done. I know that.
She said, it's a general reading. She said, Virgo, you have to change something because what you're doing now is not working. As I said, this was a general reading. she said is,
Yeah.
I see that if you do, you're already thinking the same thing, that you need to start over
Mm-hmm.
to rebuild, because what is happening for you is not working. And
Okay.
I have to agree with her on that. I think that it's going to be important to rebuild this
I
channel.
am another answer. I'm not really, but I'm trying to help.
Yeah. So I mean, that's the tarot card readings was the idea, but then even that's still going to be a bit of a challenge because not everybody likes tarot card readings. Okay, I already know that.
The reason for that, I would say, because it's a bit scary because you're like thinking, what the hell's going to happen to me next week, you know? And it is, play in your mind, and like my grand did it.
It
You know,
can.
I didn't like it. I didn't like it.
I feel bad for Aquarius when I did the reading last night. It's just kind of funny because I was doing a reading. This giant cockroach crawls up my finger. I'm talking about a 1 inch and a half long cockroach crawls up on my finger, and I'm
Okay,
looking at this thing
that's
sitting on my
fine.
finger
That's
like a
fine. I
ring.
can
I'm like,
handle you for that.
"What are you doing on me? Get off me!" I'm like, flung the roach over the porch. I said,
Tiger,
"Oh, now I
hopefully
got adult
soon.
status.
Hopefully
Oh
soon.
crap!
I'm up
I
for
might as
it.
well
I'm
forget
dead
this
up
shit."
for it. Yeah,
Yes,
Tiger
Mother
was
Nature.
asking.
She's also known as Mother Sophia, Mother Mary. She goes by many names. Um,
Yeah, Tiger
she's
was
Mother
asking.
God.
When is this show gonna start?
She's a co-creator
Yeah,
with Yahweh. And actually, this is the part that confuses everybody.
I'll get there,
Technically,
Tiger.
Mother
Continue.
God is actually the female part of God. Father Yahweh is the male part of God. Does that mean that God is intersex? Beats me. It could be.
I wouldn't know, Michelle. I really wouldn't go down that path. Yeah, Tiger was asking. When is
Yeah,
the?
but you know what though? The tarot reading wasn't so
Oh
good
my
for
god.
Aquarius. Poor Aquarius had nothing but fits and starts all night. I was going through cards, nothing but boom bust, boom bust, boom bust. It's like, oh man. And then of course, then the cockroach goes up on my finger, and I said, "This is a big one." He's sticking on my finger like a big ring. He's grabbing me with his feelers and his little
Right,
six legs
Michelle.
and hanging
Just be
on my
quiet.
finger
Just be
like a
quiet
like
now.
a like a
I'm gonna tell
brooch.
you something.
In other words, it looked like
We can easily.
it was a big giant South American cockroach. It was just hanging on my finger, on my ring finger. I was like trying to get him off, and then I jump on my shirt. I trying to get him off my shirt. It was just really weird. I said, I had dealt with them before. They don't bite, but
Yeah,
the
they
way that
usually
the
don't
trolls
bite,
on
but
my
these
channel
will
would go is,
sting.
ew, pornography! What do you mean pornography? It's a cockroach on their shirt. Jeez.
Oh, you're killing me.
I said, well, I said, I guess this one is a wrap. No. So, I gotta
So
try to get.
Tiger Kitty asked a question, right? And it was basically, when are we gonna start doing the dual thing? I'm happy to do it tomorrow. You know, let's happy to do it tomorrow. And let's face it, Michelle.
Yeah.
Like, it's pretty much what we're doing right now.
Do what tomorrow, Angelo? I'm sorry, it was kind of.
The
Oh, you mean like we're doing right now?
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
And the dual thing.
sure. I'm surprised no one came on the panel this morning. I was sitting
I
here.
know.
I was sitting here just kind of treading water, so to speak, hoping that somebody would come on the panel. And Craig is cooking breakfast, so he couldn't do it. And
No.
I was like, gee, I gotta stall for a whole until somebody comes on the panel. And I was gonna suggest that to you. Hi, Jojo. How you doing?
Hey, Jojo.
Sending me love and like I don't like Monday. Okay. Anyway, Jojo, you want to come on the panel real quick? It's already 12:28.
Apple TV was
Yeah, I
saying,
know it's 1228 low.
how much would I have to donate for yourself and Etron? Oh God, I think only Michelle can answer the question.
Um, it it depends, because if you go with a YouTube membership, there's only one, and it's $5.99 a month. If you go with the Patreon, which gives you a lot more than the YouTube one, for example, you get access to the videos, the music shows. The videos are accessible for the $10.99 or 10 hours a month. The music shows also included in that, and are the stories and things like that. For $5.99, you get access to the music and the audio. And audio and some of the video broadcasts from YouTube in the past. And that's $5 a month. So that gets confusing because you got two different tiers of membership, where YouTube only have the one for $5.99 a month. But if you already set up a Google Pay and you're comfortable doing Google Pay, then that might
See,
be
that's the
easier.
thing, Michelle. I think it's because people don't know what their circumstances are going to be. You know, it can
Well, that's
change.
understandable. I don't
You
I
know,
don't know much about my circumstances are going to be each month either. I try to plan ahead, but things just happen.
right?
I'm gonna put this in the wash.
Definitely.
For some reason it's got stains on it. I did wash this in the laundromat. I washed this once before, but it's got holes and stains.
Well, do what your neighbor does and bleach it.
Um. Well, actually, I might. It is a white shirt. I might just throw it in. I'm gonna go to the laundromat anyway on Friday, so I'll probably just throw it in with the rest of the laundry. I have another shirt I can wear that's short sleeve, but it's dark colored. So unfortunately, I really would have to make sure to stay out of the sun. Otherwise, I'm going to be sitting like a big giant solar collector and getting all the heat on me when I don't want it.
Yeah, but Michelle, that sun might do you some good.
Uh, yeah, the
And
sun could
when
do
I
some
say
good.
good, I mean
I do miss
in
walking
terms.
around outside, but when it's really, really, really hot, it's not. Like 25 is fine, but when you start getting into the 30s,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
that's too
but
much, then I was like,
yeah.
I can deal with 25, but 35 is like way too much. It's like 20 degrees Fahrenheit difference between the two, and
That's 95. That's 95 Fahrenheit, basically. So
yeah. So I just enjoy it when it's like 25 degrees is fine. With the low humidity is even better. So if it's 25 and low humidity, I don't mind walking around outside. But when it gets really
it'll
humid,
cool down. It'll cool down eventually. You know.
yeah,
As I said earlier on, there's still August to go through, and that could be hot as well.
yeah, oh yeah, August can definitely be hard. But
I'm hoping it won't be.
usually by Mabin, which is the start of autumn, it starts to calm down. Let's see, what is Mabin exactly this year? Hold on a minute, let me pull up my calendar. I know it's a September. I think it's around. Yes, it's the 22nd of this year. Is
Yeah, that's
Mabin,
when
which is the
summer.
beginning of
That's when
spring.
summer officially ends.
So
Basically.
Mabin is the beginning of spring. So it's just you know it's just
But we can't complain. I mean, we shouldn't complain because we complain when it's wet all the time and it's raining all the time and stuff like that, and we do that. Now we have not seen a drop of rain apart from last night for 6 weeks.
well. That's one of the reasons why Mother God said is that we have decided to, because everybody always complains about the weather, is to open an opportunity for people to actually, this is in 2011, she said this, that
I
you're
think
going to
Mother
be the
God has a
you're going to
point.
be the predecessor. I mean, you're going to be the first one. And what she meant
Mhm.
by that is that everybody complains about the weather, but what if we gave you the ability to do something about it? She said, I'm proposing a proposal. She told me this in January of 2011. She says, where people, select people can become the weather stewards of the regions to help manipulate the weather and maintain the weather. So they can get
But
first-hand
can,
experience of what's involved.
yeah, but can you do that though? I mean, if Mother God can do that, then I would pray to her constantly. Because what we found is
Yeah.
just so unusual. It's so unusual. I know down in Spain, Portugal, and stuff like that, that's normal, but not up here.
Well, all I know is just that right now a lot of people seriously are wondering what's going on with the weather. But let me just say one thing: I don't think man-made climate change is doing a plug's nickel of a chance of what's going on, which is clearly cyclic. This is a cycle. Okay.
I agree with that.
I don't think
A lot of people say
mankind can
it's,
belch out as much carbon dioxide as a volcano can do.
yeah, but you have to admit though, a lot of these things do contribute to atmosphere. You know, there's no denying it. You can't deny it.
Yeah, I know it does. But what about the other damage mankind has done to the earth? I think is equally just as
That's not
important to
my
keep in
point.
mind of. Air
I'm
pollution's
not
one,
one of
water
these.
pollution's another, and what about ground pollution? Hell, I read it when we throw in noise pollution and light
That's what
pollution.
I'm saying, Michelle. I'm not one of these people that are like ultra aggressive about climate change. I know it's happening. Of course it is. I know adapt and that agree with it. That's fine. Everyone's got their right to their opinion. But
Alright.
I would definitely say something has changed because this has never happened here.
I can
Never
PayPal you
happened.
now if you have a deal. What's the deal? Come on, 15 cold hard American bucks. What's the question? Um,
$15 is $15.
that's
I
what
suppose it
Appleseed's
is.
saying something about. Um, Morning, Joe. Appleseed, come on, 15 cold hard American dollars. I don't know what kind of deal you want, but if you want to donate $15 to PayPal, that's fine. But you know what? I'll tell you a secret. If you subscribe to the $10 a month Patreon pledge, which includes the video, audio, and text files, that's $10 a month. That's it. And that guaranteed go right where I need it. Towards the costs of running the air
The one
conditioning
thing
for
I
all
see
these
about
months.
Michelle is like the cost of living is rising, as you'll know. It's not that easy for everyone to just, like pay into something.
No, I know that.
They need time. They need time to get used to it. And, oh, I hear my voice. Why? Look at that.
Somebody's just ringing ding ding dong to be an asshole today.
It's
It's
fine.
Yam Ranch. It's Yam Ranch. Yeah, it's Yam Ranch. Yeah. So maybe Andrew can read it if to you. Well, what was the original proposal? I didn't see it.
No, I saw what you said. I said, I don't agree with it. That's all I'm saying.
Appleseed was just show one sentence plus you get caffeine. Are you talking about yelling at Ed? No, I'm not gonna yell at Ed. Okay.
Is it still around?
That's Yam Ranch again, or one of his buddies.
Yeah, I know.
But you know what? I
It's
could do
fine.
if you wanted to. Me and you could go to the private link that's in our Twitter, but that wouldn't do any good for people that want to join this panel because then they wouldn't be able to be part of it. No, I'm not gonna say that. I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to do that.
And why should you?
It's not fair. It's discourteous and it's just rude.
Even though it's an asshole, we
It's
all
not
know
even
that.
funny. Where's the
But,
humor in that? There's no humor in that. That's just going to start drama. No, I don't want to do that.
there's definitely no drama in here, Michelle, that's for sure.
Well, I try not to get into the drama, but sometimes the drama just seems to find me.
Oh, I've been dragged into it a few times, and every time I have been dragged into it, it's my own fault, and I regret it.
Someone knocking on your door.
Thing I've done.
So I'm knocking on my door because my door's open to the kitchen. So if there was anybody looking for me, they would just come in through the kitchen door.
Even if you have to pay him $5 to calm down.
Let me see if maybe it's one of Ed's nurses. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. I think someone's knocking on my door, but I'm not sure. You would think that they would.
No problem.
They would go through the other door. Is someone's open?
I think paying money to people for those sort of reasons is completely wrong. And the minute you do something like that, you are a slave. You're a slave to them, you know? So you never do it. I mean, I learned that in my teens. You pay money, you know, for something that's really ridiculous anyway. It was intended to, as a gift to Michelle. Yeah, but the thing is, well, you just answered something I was gonna say. He wouldn't hear it. He wouldn't hear it. He wouldn't understand it because he's usually blitzed. The fuck. The only thing I think would make Ed listen is just like send him an email or
I didn't think
like
there would be anyone. I wasn't
Look
sure. I
about
just thought I would
Michelle.
check. So,
Right.
so he needs to hear it. I don't think so.
No, he does in a way, but I think emailing him or sorry.
Well, me and Chris
talking
are
to
going to try to talk to him on Friday about something else that has to do with he needs to put something towards the utility bills.
No, I'm not offended at all. No, of course I'm not. I was just explaining my way of doing it.
Yeah. LOL. Yeah. So anyway, the point is that I'm gonna have to talk to Ed about the utility bills because he thinks just because he gives me free food from Instacart on food stamps is necessarily going to solve the problem that I still got to pay the electric company in cash. I'm sorry, I can't go to the utility company and go, excuse me, could I pay you a couple of loaves of bagels today? I need dead presidents.
Yeah, but you have to admit though, Michelle.
Next thing I go down to the nearest junkie and go, excuse me, can I go ahead and trade a couple of loaves of bread for a couple bucks? Hey, I'll sell you some cocaine. I don't want cocaine. I need to get bread. I need to get cash for this bread. I gotta get.
Oh, listen, old Randall McCoy turned 70. Tennis every Wednesday morning, and he quitted smoking.
Tomorrow I turned 70.
2003. That's fucking ace.
And, oh, that's good that you quit smoking in 2003.
Good on you, pal.
Well, that's good that you're staying active. Um,
I'm still smoking. I'm still smoking like a bloody chimney. Okay, I mean,
I don't smoke at all.
don't do it. Don't do it. Don't ever do it.
I live in a I used to live in a house with chain smokers, honey. Listen, I know all about cigarettes. Where do you think I got the gas from?
They cost so much bloody money. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Now you're up to like £10 for a packet, or even the cheap cigarettes, and £15.
I walk around quite a bit, yeah, but during this heat, I haven't really gone anywhere. Except out on the porch and taking out the garbage and things like that. But I'm gonna go
Yeah, we
to
should
the
do more videos outside.
I'm gonna get some more videos in too. Me and Krista were supposed to do a video from McDonald's. Probably end up doing it at the laundromat again, I think.
Okay.
Which doesn't surprise me because it's just it's so bloody hot.
Just a bit. Just a bit. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just been so bloody hot that no one really wants to do anything. So we'll just on Friday we're gonna do a video probably at the laundromat. Although I did want to do one over there at McDonald's. Or maybe we can do one at McDonald's and go to the laundromat.
Yeah, but Michelle,
What's that?
you know, I'm like this as well, right? Sometimes I just do not want to show my face at all when I'm outside. When I'm finished work or I'm tired, whatever, you know, and people ask me, they say, oh, come on, do a video, and I just cannot be bothered. But Michelle,
Yeah.
in your
Well, I haven't
in
had
your
anybody
way,
complain about being seen on my laundromat video. They
no, I loved it. I loved it
I
myself.
try really hard not to get strangers on camera. But you know, like it's kind of hard sometimes because you know it gets
I know.
kind of hot and there it is.
Yeah, but I also filmed a video from, I don't know, it's somewhere I was eating out somewhere last week or something. And you got to be careful who you film, you know, but you don't intentionally. Nobody goes out their way to intentionally film people without their consent, but you just do it, you know. But I would also say, do not let bullies get you down, because there's always going to be someone out there, and they'll say, "Oh, you can't do this. You can't do." You can. You can. It's the law.
Yeah, right. I try not to get anybody in the videos. Somebody said things like, "Well, it's a public place, so what does it matter?" It doesn't matter. It does matter.
That's
Okay,
what I'm
you
saying.
need to get Senate
Yeah.
releases in order to get you featured in your videos. I don't know why. Sometimes I can see why, but I mean, a total stranger walks by. You want to say, "Excuse me, you gotta stop filming." Hey, Joe, say, Mister, you gotta sign this release so I can put you on the video
Yeah,
because
like
you happen to walk
how
by.
dare you film me type of thing. Yeah, exactly. You can film anything you want to.
Right.
Nobody can stop you. There's no law against it. There's no law against that, Michelle. There isn't.
Yeah, but you know, here's the thing that's scary though. If you saw like a couple times already when someone mentioned somebody's name on here, all of a sudden they complain to YouTube and saying that they're being doxxed, and even though they're not, because like no addresses are given, and
a
all of
lot
a
of those
sudden they
addresses
tell
are fake,
YouTube, and YouTube
Michelle,
says to
and
me,
they're not
"Well,
even
you know,
real.
you need to deal with the stuff that said at this timestamp, and this timestamp." And then, of course, I take care of it. And they're like, "Okay, there's nothing wrong with the video." The one time I didn't do anything,
Okay.
and they said, "There wasn't any information given, so you're fine." You know, like, I just trying to keep within the compliance with the terms of service as best I can.
Well, Michelle, in a way, what you've done is probably a good thing because they can say, "Oh, I know where Michelle is. I know where Michelle is." So what? So what? You're just making
My old
yourself
videos used
look
to have my
like
address in them.
bigger dicks than you already are.
You know, my old videos used to have my address in them, so that's no big deal. Plus, it's mentioned in my,
Well,
I still mention my address a lot in my videos. Sometimes you can't. It's not too hard to pin and to figure it out. I mean, you already know I live in Winstead. You already know that. Go back to the videos in 2016. You see my address right in the end. There. How hard is that to find me? That's not hard. It's
and why is that a problem? The only problem it is for them that's
the
doing it.
problem was is that the
Yeah.
persons that we're talking about, even though somebody mentions their real name, they're saying that they're being doxxed. So
Give me that
what if your real
$100,
name
mate.
is Peter Pumpkin Eater? I don't care if that's your real name or not. I mean, it's not your address.
Michelle, they can't do it, and all they're doing is wasting police time, wasting resources, and there could be a
They're
child
wasting
dying
YouTube's
on the
time too,
floor.
because then YouTube has to investigate the video, and then of course, I removed the link to Peter Pumpkin Eater's address or name. It doesn't have the address, doesn't have the city or the state or nothing, and it's like it just
Well,
says, I know
that's
that
true.
John Doe is Peter Pumpkin Eater. Well, fine. So
Uh-huh.
John Doe is Peter Pumpkin Eater. Who cares?
Right, exactly.
That's
That's what
not
I'm
really
saying. I don't
doxing.
understand why people even care. I don't understand why people care about this sort of stuff. Do you also think these people are gonna turn up at your house and if they're wasting police time, eventually they're gonna get back to them, and they're the ones that are gonna be in trouble.
I don't know what, honestly, Andrew. I don't know if you're going to be able to make it over here in September. It'd be interesting if you do.
I'll be there for just over a week.
I mean, I'm
Yeah.
come to Winstead.
Oh, I don't know, mate. All I know is I've got to go to a wedding. So no choice now.
Yeah,
But it's been 3 years, so I don't know. I don't know what I'll do. You
you
know,
still got to admit though, it'd still be fun to come visit Winstead though.
it could
You and I
be.
could
It
go
could
get
be.
some lunch either at ABC Pizza, which is certainly a lot more exciting than McDonald's, or we can go to McDonald's, or we can go to if you got cash, you could always go to McGreen's.
I
Uh,
just can't wait to get away from here. That's what I'm saying.
that'd be interesting. So
I
unfortunately, I
just
don't have any
know
way.
my luck. Sorry, Michelle. No,
I
no,
don't
my
have any
luck.
way to get up to Syracuse, so that's not going to happen. I mean, yes, I could take the train
Yeah,
up
that's what I'm
there.
saying. It's a bit far. It's gonna be a bit far, but I'm gonna be there for a while, so we'll see. We'll see what
Yeah,
happens.
we'll see.
I would like to see other places instead of the usual things
Yeah.
I've seen when I've been there. You know.
Well, maybe we can go up to, just drive around a little bit, or drive around my area if you want to see some of Winstead.
You know something? I've got that all sorted out. So I've got a hire. I've got basically a hire car.
Yeah. Yeah, you would have to hire a car for sure.
No, because they've only got one. It's like, oh, right, okay, fine. You can't take this car. And I was like, I want to do stuff, you know. But I'm looking forward to it. I am looking forward to it.
Yeah.
But
It
I
would be
mean,
cool to
weddings are
sing about
boring.
Warcraft and
Sorry,
weather.
huh?
Would you join a rock band if one started up and wanted to be one of the singers? You talking me or Andrew or both of us?
I can sing now and again.
I think honestly, I think it'd be more like a country band. Honestly, I don't think it'd be more of a rock band. I mean, if you really want to sing about country, I mean, but the weather, You gotta be honest. You gotta cover the drought. You gotta cover the power or shortage. You gotta cover the people that are dying from excessive heat. Um, I don't think there's too many. I don't think there's too many World of Warcraft country music songs. That'd be interesting. Talking
I'm
about
not sure about
the
that.
tragedy to the Blood Elves. Um, country band about droughts and
I can
power
sing
grids.
Tiger,
That's
but
cool.
don't ask me to do it right now. Because I'll make
Craig
such an
says,
ass of
Michelle, my
myself.
son-in-law just called me. We have power in our area, so I'm going back to the mainland. Okay. That's good that you got power back.
I need to make a stream where I can sing, just for sake of it. But Tiger was asking me, can I sing? Yeah, I think I can. But I wouldn't do it just willy-nilly, if that makes sense.
That'd be interesting though. How would you sing and Google Meets with the other person singing on Google Meets and trying to keep time? The reason I'm saying that is because it's
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 possible, believe it or not.
because it's asynchronous. So like, if I say like okay, let's say we sing. Okay, I don't know. Mm, let's
Give
say
me
we
a
did the
song. Give me a
scales,
song.
right? Do re mi fa sol
I,
la ti do. I don't know. If I said tutti and semi, which means all
I don't
together,
even know what
we
that
might
is.
actually end up being completely out of sequence. Because by the time you get the instruction to join me, I'm already singing it, and
No, it's
then
meant
it'd
to
be
be at the
coming in
same
later
time.
because of the lag.
No, I can do that. I can do that.
Yeah.
I maybe might be able to, but I would rather sing it there and then, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Craig Senior says, "Yes, John. Exactly what I'm doing is getting things over on the boat to the boat, and going back to the main house." Okay.
How are you okay, character?
He has to take a ferry to Fire Island.
Yeah, because he lives on.
He lives on Long Island.
Yeah. Yeah. So getting from New York to there, how long does that take?
I don't know. How long does it take by boat to go from Fire Island Island back to where you live,
Ireland.
Craig? How long does it take by boat to get from one place to the other?
I mean, I could sing, but it would be ridiculous and not the right time or place to sing.
Well,
As I
I
said,
mean, it would be really interesting to see what it would sound like if two people were trying to
oh
sing
my
a
god.
duet through Google Meets and seeing how many ways.
Oh no, Michelle,
Like
I
I said, they
couldn't. I
would keep
couldn't.
time because of, as I said, because of latency.
It
Somebody would
depends
have
what.
to start their
What
singing a little bit before the other one.
yeah, it depends. Yeah, I could sing one verse and you yourself could sing the second.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know. I just don't think I'm a good singer.
because if you get the timing off, it's gonna sound like you're singing around. Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. We should do it at the same time. When it's there and then, and it's ready to go.
All
And
right. Say this with me. I'll say it the time ahead of time. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. 1, 2, 3. Please don't forget to like and subscribe.
please don't forget to like and subscribe.
So,
Absolutely, and smash that like as
so
well.
there's like a second between. So that would mean that I would have to say, you would have to stay 1 second before me. So if I was to say, right, if I say 1, 2, 3, you would have to start first. So let's try this. 1, 2, 3. Please don't
I've done it.
forget to like and subscribe.
That's not singing, that's just talking.
That's just talking, but still, you get the point though. The latency.
Okay, fair enough. Michelle, you're gonna kill me here.
I'll just keep calm and keep cool and keep collected
I'm
today.
trying.
Yeah.
Please
Anyway, so
don't
I'll
like
talk to you probably
what
tomorrow on the
other-
morning show then, if you're free.
I will be after an hour.
Okay. So about 11 o'clock again, my time.
Yeah.
All right. So I'll talk to you later then. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. All
right.
Nice being on here.
Yep. Love you too. TTYL.
Yep. Likewise, and you guys take care and be safe and be sensible.
Okay.
Thanks for shoving out.
Yep. See you later. And of course, it is going to be cooler for the Michelle and Andrew show. Well, it's still a pretty good opportunity, guys. It gives a new perspective of things. We're going to try to do some new things. So someone else was on the panel. So yeah, we'll work on something. Try to grow this channel in a positive way. Try to make the channel a better place. Make the channel a better place. Make the channel a better place. Yeah. Gotta grow this channel up. We're gonna make this channel better. We're going to make this, make some positive changes. And I see you got a yellow ad review. Okay, review it now. Seriously, there's nothing wrong with the stream, you fuck. Really? I don't know why they do that. I think Noodles is doing it. Why? Because he doesn't like the fact that I'm banging 103 views. And with 10 live viewers right now. He's an idiot. No, I'm kidding. Just stay on his side of the fence. Yeah. Alright, guys. Everybody, thank you very much. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Let's see if Andrew can make it around 11 o'clock again. Get some more people in the panel. So for now, see you guys later. Bye-bye, guys. Bye-bye, everybody. This is like a 16-inch grinder. Hope you're hungry because you're going to be eating a lot of it. No. I don't need them. Why would I want to have to put money
Well,
into
I know you don't need it. Well, because you might want a big whopper.
These are the real deal, baby. These are real.
But you wouldn't want, you've seen Rosie. I mean, they're massive.
I know. I know. But then again, we also see, like, other people that got those things. What happens is after you get to be a certain age, everything sags. And of course, we have the tools of trade, the fame, the calendar, the clapper. Let's call the spirits back real quick.
Golden one. Versus. Fight.
how we take care of those pests.
Ow! Oh, that's gonna hurt. Alright. And thank you very much for watching. Stay out of trouble, guys. I will see you tomorrow morning, normal time. Yep. Okay.